Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create the Affinity bracelet by Emerald Looms using either 2 pins on the loom or a monster tail. I just uploaded her hook only version of this because that is the original design a few days ago. But I did convert it so that those of you who are not good on the hook or just prefer using the loom can make it as well. So that's what we're doing today. I will have Emerald Looms link to her YouTube and Instagram down below. So if you want to check out her other cool designs, you have a couple different options with this one here as far as color combinations, obviously. So there's a few. This one I did 3 different colors. I think it looks really cool. So the total number of bands is approximately 100. The breakdown is 52 of the middle green color, 24 of this gold, and 24 of the purple. So without rambling on any longer, let's get those supplies ready and let's get started. To get started, you're going to want to choose if you're going to use 2 pins on the monster tail or 2 pins on the loom. I would just recommend having them aligned. You can even do on the side of the loom like that. I just prefer using the front 2 with the openings. It's easier. And I keep this other bar there just for weight. If you're using the monster tail, when I was using it, I liked holding it this way instead of this way. So I didn't have to keep turning it around. I just held it like this and looped from the side. I think that will help you not lose track on what I'm doing if you are facing the same direction. So that's up to you. But the first color you're going to want to choose is the middle color, which is green in here. I'm going to use purple. And we are simply going to start by laying a figure 8 across both pins. We're going to grab another of that same color, lay it straight across. We're going to loop up the entire cap band, so bring up both bottom layer. And we're going to add one more of that same color. We are now going to loop the bottom band on just the left pin. Push that down a little. You're going to choose the first color now that you want for the side bands. I am going to use pink. And I am going to be following the same type of pattern where I alternate between 2 colors. So my first color will be pink. And now we're going to loop up the second band on the right pin only. And for the record, I will let you know once the official pattern starts because it's a little bit different in the beginning. Things will also be a little loose and may look a little weird. That will also fix itself as it grows out. So this next step is a tricky step. And if you've ever made a hybrid bracelet watching Rob from Justin's Toys, then I'm sure you've seen this step before. We're going to be dropping this pink band basically off of the pin. So I'm going to turn my hook like this and use my thumb. And that thumb is going to hold the band. So we're going to go in the pin. You're going to go inside of the pink one. I'm going to hold my thumb. Or my thumb's going to hold the band. We're going to pick up that purple. Carefully remove it from the pin. You're going to let the thumb one go. And now reattach the band that you pulled up. It's going to be loose. It's okay. And it dropped it down there. So we will continue on. The next step is actually reattaching this purple band that's sitting in here in the center. We had to move it in order to drop that. So you're going to, if you need to hold these 2 bands, you can do that. But grab your hook, grab a hold of that loose purple band in the middle, and reattach it back onto the right pin. And guys, don't judge my voice. I'm really, really tired, and so it just sounds very scratchy and probably tired. So forgive me. But we are going to grab a base color again. We're going to lay that on top. And we are going to loop the bottom 2 bands on the right pin only. So you can do it at the same time, or you can do it one at a time. Like so. If it's loose, just push it down. Now we're going to choose our second color, and I am going to use this pastel teal color. Lay it straight across, and we are going to loop the second band on the left pin. up and over. And now we need to do that funny step again, like I showed you with the thumb. We're going to call it the hybrid step, I guess, because I don't know the name of it. So we are going to, this time there will be 2 bands on the bottom that we have to grab with our hook, and it will be like that for the rest of the tutorial. So we're going to use our thumb. I have to turn it because I can't grab it unless my loom is turned. So we're going to go inside the top band, hold onto it with your finger. We are going to pick up the 2 bands that are underneath. You're going to lift up. Let go of the one with your thumb. This side is much harder for me to do being right-handed. And then reattach. I dropped it right down in there. By all means, you can always do it another way if it's easier. And I'm going to show you another way the next time around. But for now, that's where we are. After dropping it off, we now need to grab this band that's down in here, this middle purple, and reattach it. But we're going to reattach it now to the left side. This is where the pattern will start repeating from. We are going to grab our main color. We're going to lay that. We are going to loop the second band on the left pin. And now we need to do an inverted stitch on the left pin. So we need to go inside the middle and grab the very bottom band and loop that up. We're going to now grab whatever color is on the bottom of this pin here. It's the first color that we laid, excluding our main color, of course. So you're going to lay that again. And now we are going to bring up the very bottom band on the left pin and the second band on the right pin. Now we need to do that drop-off step again. So on the right pin, turn your hook. Oh, I wanted to show you the other way to do it. It may be easier. So if you keep your hook the same direction, just push the top band out of the way. You're going to grab the 2 bottom ones. Act like you're completely lifting them up off the pin. Just don't pull too hard. And now using your other free hand, pop off that band. And now reattach the ones you're holding. You will have to kind of hold on to your bracelet though. Once you get it back on there, things may be a little out of order. So just make sure your base color is on the bottom. Like so. Once you do that, we are going to reattach the middle band. It will always be your base color that we're reattaching. So it's this one here because there are 2 in there now. And we will now attach it to the right side. Last time we did it to the left. This time we're going to attach it to the right. So we technically are starting the pattern over, but you basically do the pattern twice because you have to do it for each color. But I don't look at it like that. I just look at each color is its own section. It's just easier in my brain. So we are now starting the next section again. We're going to grab our main color, lay that on. We are going to loop the second band on the right and do the inverted stitch on the right. So go inside the second band and grab the bottom. Pull that up. Push the bands down just to give us a little more room. We are now going to grab whatever color is on this bottom pin here, which is my second color here. We're going to loop up the bottom band on the right pin and the second band on the left pin. We now need to do that drop step again. So I am going to do it this way again. We're just going to push the top band out of the way, grab the 2 bottom, carefully lift them up. Use your hand or another hook if you want, but you need to pop that band off and release it. And now reattach those 2 bands. I'm going to show you if you let go. It's okay. Nothing bad happens, thankfully. I'm going to reattach these. Just make sure that the border is on the bottom. Or not the border, the main color, sorry, purple. Okay, so now we need to start that process all over again. And we start that by grabbing this middle purple band. This time we're going to attach it to the left. We will grab our main color. We will be looping on the left at first, so we will do our second band up. And now we will do the inverted stitch. We're going to now grab our first color, and you always have 2 bands on the pin. Like if for some reason you do stop watching, you'll have 2 bands on the pin, and whatever one is on that bottom is the color that you're going to choose. So that's pink for me. We're going to loop up the very bottom band on the left, and we're going to loop up the second on the right. Sorry if you can hear all the water in the background. Somebody's taking a shower, I think. Okay, so now we need to do that drop step again. So we're going to go into the top band, grab the bottom 2, lift it up. You can even hold onto it with your left hand and then let it go. And now grab it again. That should have been much more simpler, but of course I dropped it. That's probably the easiest method actually, is doing it that way. I'm getting so raspy. And that's that. So now we need to start all over again, and because we're going to now do it for the opposite color. So we're going to reattach this middle purple. We need to grab our main color. We are going to loop the second band on the right pin and do an inverted stitch on the right pin. As you can see, this pin has 2 bands, so I know I need to lay whatever color's on the bottom, and that is my pale teal. And we're going to loop the bottom band on the right and the second on the left. We need to drop our band off again, that tricky little step. So we'll go into the left pin. We're going to pick up these 2. I'm going to hold on to them with my left hand, release this band, and now I'm going to reattach them. Make sure that your main color is on the bottom. We're good to go. That section is done, and we're going to start again. So we will reattach that middle purple band. We will lay our main color. We are going to loop the second band on the left and do an inverted stitch on the left. We're going to go back to our first color. We're going to lift the bottom band on the left and the second on the right. We're going to do that drop step again. So go into the top band, grab the bottom 2, lift it up, release it, and trying to figure out the best way to get them reattached. Like so. So I'm just going to continue on. I'm going to explain it a little more, and then I'll just continue making it. You can follow along. So we're going to reattach that to the right. We are going to add our main color. We will loop the second band on the right and the second band on the right, and then invert it on the right. We will grab our second color choice. We will bring up the very bottom band on the right and the second on the left. We need to drop now on this pin here. Bring them up. Release your band. And reattach. So we will start that again. So we will reattach the center purple. This time to the left. We're going to add on, oh, wrong color. We're going to add on our main color. We will do the second band on the left and then an inverted stitch on the left. Now we will grab our first color. We will loop the bottom on the left and the second on the right. So I am going to continue on, and you guys can keep following along. Just so you know, that the next step is to do the band drop off, just in case you weren't sure. So as you see, I have a timestamp right here. Go back and continue making the bracelet, watching the same instructions until your bracelet is long enough. When it is long enough and you're at this exact moment again, make sure the colors and everything match mine. The setup has to be exactly like this. Here we're going to grab your main color. And again, this is for closing it once you're ready to close it. We're going to bring all 3 bands up on the left. We are going to grab one more band. And we're going to bring the bottom on the left and all 3 on the right. Bring both ends together. And that's where you will attach your C-clip. I'm just going to leave it on my hook for now. But that's it. That is how you make the Affinity bracelet on the Loom or Monster Tail. I really hope that this tutorial was helpful for you guys. If it was, please let me know. If you have any questions, let me know down below. I hope I made it clear enough for you. Remember, this is a hook design converted to the loom. This was created by Emerald Looms on Instagram. I will have her information down below. You can tag both of us if you do make this. We'd both love to see it. So thank you guys so much for your time. I'm sorry about my raspy voice. I see you all real soon at my next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.